Listen, it does not need to be a new year, a new you. It just needs to be a new year, a healthier you. Because sure, okay, they trying to take us down at every front. So get some TLC products and up that metabolism and up that energy and up that immune system, okay, that digestive system. Get that all together with these TLC products right here. And don't forget, okay, sign up for ifyoucanmove.com and become a part of the online gym and shed the pounds, honey.
Everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I am back for another Love After Lockup review, y'all. All right, hope everybody is having a really good Valentine's Day, because I'm sure most of the people on this show are not. So let's go ahead and get into the first couple, which is Kristiana and John. So we know Kristiana is about to get out of jail soon, and her sister Tara has been putting the moves on John. I told y'all last season, I saw it. It was written all over her face that she wanted her sister's man. And she was going to try and get that man, but to no avail, because John really loves Kristiana, okay? And last week he told her that she had to go because Kristiana cannot stay at a house where there is someone with an open case, and Tara has an open case. So now this episode, Tara has packed her little duffel bag, her little book bag, her little garbage bag, and she's gonna leave. Now, her and her mother have cried crocodile tears and tried to get John to, you know, do something for her, but he doesn't have any money because all of his money has been spent on buying old boats and shit for Kristiana. All right. He wants Kristiana to be happy when she gets out of jail, and he bought her a boat and he fixing it up. And so Tara comes to talk to him and say her goodbyes, and she insinuates that he's committing fraud in order to afford all the things he has. I'm like, oh, so now that he doesn't want to choose you over his wife, your sister, you want to try to make it look like he's doing something illegal, kind of like, if I can't have you, nobody can. I'm going to drag you down with me type of situation. Oh, I see you, bitch. I see you. Then she lays it on just a little extra thick because she's going to the ex. She has to go back to her ex's house. And apparently the ex makes meth. And I'm just kind of like, so you couldn't figure out another situation? All this time you've been staying in that man's house, you thought you was just going to be able to live there forever? What's wrong with you? Why do people do things like this and then wonder why they get left out on their ass? You have got to take responsibility for yourself. If you don't want to live in a meth house, get a job and get you a place. I know it's not that simple, but your mom has to be on some type of like assistance, right? You get your mom in the assistance, you get you a little job, you get you a little shitty apartment somewhere that has, you know, enough room for you and your mom in the kitchen and the bathroom, and you make it do what it do until you can afford better. But what you don't do is try to live off people and guilt them into doing more than they can for you because you refuse to take care of yourself, using your drug problem as a bargaining tool. Like John is supposed to be like, oh no, let me kick out my wife so Tara doesn't go back to doing meth, as if she ever stopped. Like, miss me with the bullshit, Tara. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Talking about she's gonna have to come back and have a conversation with Kristiana. John says, if you come back here, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. She's like, damn, it's like that. Yeah, Kristiana, my wife, your sister, the only reason you are even living here, cannot have someone who has an open case living here. So that is what it is. We all know John is trying to cover up his foolishness. But at the end of the day, like, I don't even care. Like, I don't even care, because ultimately I feel like if you didn't want John to fuck your sister, Kristiana, you should have stayed out of jail, and you damn sure shouldn't have moved her sleazy ass in the house with him. That was your mistake. Okay? Yes, he should control himself, and I believe he did that, but I definitely think there's some heavy flirtation going on if they have not bumped. Either way, yeah, he's wrong, but at the same time, it's all messed up. It's all messed up. It just is. So y'all, let's go ahead and move on. So Marcelino and Brittany, you guys, I've proven to be, you know, correct in how I felt about Brittany this episode as well. Y'all told me in my Love and Marriage Huntsville live that I was right. I said, yeah, I know. Oh, maybe it was my Instagram live. Child, one of these lives y'all told me I was right about Brittany and her spending too much time running behind her mama when she should be worrying about her own damn children and being a mother to them, because in some way you are forfeiting time and energy that could be given to your kids to give it to your very grown adult ass mama that has chosen her entire life to put her addiction and her issues ahead of the people who love her, like her kids. Yes, it is something that has been passed down. And this episode, we really got to see that. We you know, went and saw crackhead Grandma Jackie in Alaska, you know, and we've come to understand that not only was she a terrible mother to Cindy, okay, had her friends coming into Cindy's room at night and also drinking and drugging in front of her and exposing her to the shit at an early age, then putting the trauma right there in her own home. So you basically messed your kid up, okay? Then your kid goes out there and has a kid, brings that kid home to you, and you proceed to mess that kid up by selling her for crack. And now she's an adult, bringing her mom and her kids back to see you, and you're acting like you're grateful to see them because your old ass knows you're probably going to die alone because of the life you lived. And your daughter comes to you begging for some type of resolve in the mistakes you've made in her life, and you tell her that you had no pause in a reason why she decided to pick up a meth pipe and smoke it. You had no pause as to why she became an alcoholic. Crackhead Grandma Jackie? I think not. I think not. Brittany, of course, is being supportive. Marcelino is being supportive. But I will have to say once again, I am very happy that Marcelino has his children being protected at the forefront of his mind, because they do not need to be around crackhead Grandma Jackie for more than a few minutes. Get those kids out of there. Her energy is on one. And if you think kids can't feel that they can't trust somebody, you are sadly mistaken. Kids can feel when they shouldn't stay by somebody by themselves. When I tell you, if I thought for a second my people might leave me somewhere I ain't want to be, bitch, you are not leaving my sight. Bathroom, I don't know what a bathroom is. You gotta take me. I don't know. I can't do it. I might pee on myself. I'm 7. Leave me alone. Like, I'm telling y'all, it's so serious. Man, I'm glad he's protecting those kids, man. So Brittany says these times when she really has more of an understanding of everything her mom has been through, it's when she loves her even more, because she gets it. She understands it personally, and she gets why she's so messed up. And I also feel like these are the moments when she feels closest to her mom. So if she's working on her mom like a project, and she can spend time with her, she can be close to her. She can get some type of love and affection from her, even if it's coming in, you know, sloppy ass, nasty tears. But like I said, and like Marcelino said, and like her dad is going to tell her, this can go one of two ways. It can go good or it can go hella bad. Okay, so Brittany and Marcelino invite Brittany's stepdad over. Brittany's stepdad raised her. But at one point, Brittany's stepdad and Cynthia were out here living that life, doing drugs, drinking, being a hot ass mess. Okay. And eventually he got his life together. Obviously, Cynthia was not trying to get her life together. So they broke apart. They're not together anymore. That life between them is over. And when the dad comes through with his new woman, and Cynthia has on a full face of makeup and definitely seems like she's trying to impress, he can already tell what the energy is. The way she like was trying to like hug him and stuff. Like he could tell what the energy is, and he played it cool. He said hey to his grandbaby, and then he took Brittany outside and asked her what the hell her mom was doing here. Because at the end of the day, the life they had together is over, and he does not want her fucking up his situation or messing up Brittany's life. And he talks to her about how much time she's spending trying to fix her mom and taking that time away from her own kids. Same thing I said. And he's worried about her. The thing of the matter is, as strong as Brittany is, this is a testament to how strong Brittany is. And I'm proud of Brittany, and I'm so glad that she is able to like break these cycles that have been going on in her family. Like, kudos to you, bitch. But you've only been sober for what, a couple of years now, since you and Marcelino got together, since you got out of jail this first time you've been sober. That's great. But something makes me feel like, what if this takes you too deep down that old path? What if this makes you plunge too deep into your own darkness? Then what? Like, I'm worried that this will have a negative effect on her as well. And I think that's why Marcelino is always by her side no matter what, to make sure that none of this drags her down with it. Cynthia, you cannot drag her down with you. It's basically how Marcelino feels. You can tell. And I think the dad feels that way as well. And then we saw this cute little quick scene when Marcelino and the stepdad took the little boy out fishing. I loved it. It was amazing. So y'all, Lacey, Shawn, and Shane. Okay, so Lacey meets up with her dad, and they have like dinner, and they talk because she's upset with him for telling Shane that Shawn was out of prison. You know, like she didn't want to tell him that, and you know, her dad needs to just kind of stay out of it. You know what I mean? So they're talking about this. And the dad is like, look, I'm sorry, you know, you didn't want to tell him. And I told him, all right, fine. But he needed to know. And I'm tired of John. John needs to find some business. John needs to get the hell out of your life. So this episode, Lacey's dad takes it upon himself to roll up to John's place, knock on the door, call his ass outside and tell him that if he don't keep himself away from Lacey, the daddy gonna whip his ass. That was basically what happened. Called him outside. Come outside. I don't know why. I don't know for what. But I know you keep contacting my daughter. Leave her alone. Well, look, I should beat your ass right now, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to go back to jail. Because the daddy was about it. The daddy was about getting hit in the face and knocked on the ground so that he can call the police and send John's ass back to prison. He was all for it, but John wasn't falling for it. He's sober. Somebody standing inside the doorway trying to make sure everything's okay. All right? He wasn't going to come outside. Might have escalated the situation. So John says, I just want to know if Lacey called the cops on me. Says, hell yeah, she called the cops on you. Hell yeah, she called the cops on you. Look at you. Why wouldn't she? Yeah, that's bullshit. He feels hurt, of course. And I think Lacey's dad felt that. So he was just like, just leave her alone, man. And he left and went on about his business. But I want to say this. I was wondering what the situation was between Lacey and her dad. Lacey's dad is there for the kids and doing extra with John and all in her business with Shane because he's trying to make up for the time that he was not there. He worked a lot and left her alone with her drinking ass mama. Okay? He wasn't on drugs. He wasn't doing nothing like that. He wasn't in prison, but he spent a lot of time working. I think he worked on oil rigs or something like that, which is good money, but you spend most of your time out of town. And if your wife isn't up to par and mentally and emotionally healthy enough to raise the children, basically by herself, she becomes the alcoholic, which makes your daughter angry with you for leaving her with her. And then she becomes a drug addict and an alcoholic. And here we are today, a few faces later. And, Lacey is still a hot ass mess. And I think the dad feels responsible, which is why he always comes to her aid. But I want to say this. At the end of the day, Dad, you can only do so much. Stop overstepping your boundaries. Stop doing so much. Because if John wanted to, I believe he could have laid your ass out. You might have gave him a little run for his money, but I feel like you would have been out for the count and laying on the pavement. So don't get yourself hurt. Don't get yourself hurt fooling around with Lacey and her mess. Just be there for the kids. That's all you can really do is be there for them damn grandkids, okay? Amber and Puppy, you guys. So Amber and Puppy go to a lawyer to see about this adoption situation with Vince. Of course, it's not legal. Puppy says she didn't sign any papers. The lawyer says it'll cost you $15,000 to handle this on your own. She doesn't have that type of money, of course. They joke about knocking Vince off because she's a beneficiary for him. That's what the paperwork says. So if anything happens to him and he doesn't have any more children, she can receive whatever, he has left over once he dies, if he has anything at all. I want her to leave the situation alone. I want Amber to stop. I want Puppy to stop. But Puppy is crazy and Puppy is on one. And Puppy has decided that she is going to ride Vince and aggravate the shit out of him about this whole adoption situation. So they go out to eat after seeing the lawyer and she calls Vince on the phone. And basically she wants to blackmail him. And Amber says, no, I don't want to go back to jail. Okay, that's not what I want. He says that she doesn't need to call him about this situation ever again. Okay? He basically says, it'll get handled, but don't call me. If you want to handle it, then you handle it. I don't know what any of that means. I don't know what the legalities are, but I feel like there are people outside of jail trying to scam people in jail, just like there are people in jail trying to scam people out of jail. Very much so, just like the lawyer said. This is a prime example. Vince is definitely a scammer. So are Amber and Puppy. Period. Okay? Amber is scamming Puppy right now for a place to stay. Okay, thinking she want to scratch that kitty when really she just needs a place to lay her head, that's halfway decent. Puppy says she's going to see if Vince wants to see the two of them. And Amber is just like, I wish you would let it go. I don't want to go back to jail. I just don't want to go back to jail. You know what that means then, Amber? You need to, separate yourself. Find another place to live. Ain't you a manager down at the Waffle House, bitch? Get you another place to stay. Go get you a little apartment in the projects. I know you can do it. Okay, get you a little nice 1-bedroom window unit if you gotta, stay away from the foolishness. But anyway, y'all, Destiny and Shawn. Y'all, I can't stand Destiny. I can't stand Destiny because Destiny stands before us and Shawn and screams about how terrible he is while lying, using, and telling him he was a trick from the very beginning, but somehow wants to consistently act like she's been wrong somehow. It is annoying as hell. And then Shawn is so stupid because no matter how much she disrespects him, use him, and throws him to the wayside, and then once again tells him he's a trick, he still wants to understand what happened. And was there ever any love? When she said you were a trick, that meant there was never any love. Are we not clear on that? You were a trick. What you don't get about it? I'm so confused. He chased her around the parking lot outside of the court building. Her sister left and everything because she was tired of the shit. Child, I was tired of the shit. Chased her around the parking lot while she demeaned him and told him he wasn't shit and he was a liar and he needs to go back to his baby mom since he wants to talk to her. And then he tries to act like he blocked his baby mom and that she just found a way to contact him. We all know that's not true. He likes to talk to Kelly. I don't know why he don't want to just be with Kelly, but he likes to talk to Kelly. He talks all his business to Kelly, gets on the phone with Kelly, and they talk all damn day about their 6 children and everything else that's going on in their lives together. But at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with him talking to Kelly. It wasn't like they were talking about being in a relationship together. She's just using that as a way to make him the bad guy so she can forever play the victim, so she can continue to use him and dog him out. And then if she ever goes back to jail, she can always be like, well, you did me wrong. Remember? Like, that's the mindset that she's in. Gimme, gimme, gimme. It's all your fault. I'm the victim. Help me. Blah, 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 blah. I'm over Destiny. I'm over her like so bad. And I don't understand why he didn't like call the police on her and say she stole the car. Like, I'd have been petty like that. Or I'm a trick. 911. Yes, this woman stole my car. She also has my debit card and she won't give it back. Like, I'd have called the cops on her and had her ass rearrested. That way you would know where she was and you wouldn't have to worry about the $50,000 that you're still, you know, in a bag for because the court date keeps getting extended. Like, he's so damn dumb. Oh my God. So after, you know, she curses him out and tells him he ain't shit and calls him an idiot, you know, she got another man, right? So she goes to wherever she was staying. I think she went to her sister's place. Ordered pizza. He found out where she was, called the tow truck to come and pick up the car. And then he was just sitting outside like a little weasel. He's a little weasel. He is. He's a weasel, for lack of a better term. He's an asshole. And that's why he deserves the karma that he's getting from Destiny for being this stupid. Because something tells me he treated Kelly like shit. So y'all, lastly, our favorite couple to hate, Sarah and Michael. So y'all, we pick up where we left off, which is with Sarah being brutally rebuffed when Malcolm tells her he's not with it. When she tells him that she's allowing Michael, her baby daddy, who she obviously still has feelings for, to live up in her house. Malcolm says, I think not. Walks away, leaves her with a check. Any man that wouldn't even throw a tip on the table, you don't need to be fucking with him anyway, Sarah. I know you ain't shit, but any man that would get up from the table and leave you with a bill and not even throw some dollars on it, yeah, nah, you don't need to fool with him anyway. But she's not going to tell Michael that because she is more desirable to Michael if somebody else wants her. So she goes home to Michael. He's flirting, feeling a cat to see if it's hot. I hate it when men do that. She's laughing and giggling, you know what I'm saying? And you can just tell that they about the hunch. You can tell they about the hunch, okay? If I'm not going to get this dick from Malcolm, I'm going to get it from the baby daddy that's at the house that's going to wear my ass out anyway, okay? But she tries to act like they're not going to have sex. He says that they're in an open marriage, you know, giggling, eating that shit up, right? So she gets up like she about to go in the room, and he waited a second. I think he deleted text messages from his phone and blocked some other people, you know, just basically closed things down for the night so it wouldn't interrupt what he was doing with her. So he closed the shit down in his phone, and then he got up and went behind her, and then you hear the giggling and the door close. Child, Sarah in there getting worn out by that toxic dick. I mean, she the one that's going to end up screaming to the top of her lungs about how Michael ain't shit. Like, what is going to be next episode, the week after that, child? All we know is they make up to break up. That's all they do. And I can't stand it. But there is part of me that understands it. But I also can't stand it. This is really just going to be more drama for Sarah and Michael. For real. And if she ends up pregnant, I'm done. I'm like, cancel him off the season. I'm over it. I cannot see her struggle with 3 children because you know toxic dick is fertile. Okay? Child. Sarah and Michael. Forever driving each other's blood pressure up. All right, y'all. That's it. That's all I got for Love After Lockup. I'll see y'all next time. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all know I'm trying to make it to 100,000. So please support. Share the video. Share the video.